Let me ask before we run out of time about Donald Trump in Iowa, because I think this is a giant story. I didn't see anybody talking about it today, that Donald Trump is ahead in Iowa, because this is the one place that people said Donald Trump was not going to do well, because he's a New Yorker. Remember Giuliani? Wouldn't even participate in Iowa. I've had so many people sitting on this show telling me Chris Christie, even when he was riding high, is not going to play in Iowa. They're too evangelical. He's too New York.
Are you?
This says so much about the electorate.
Yeah.
Even the evangelicals want to be called on their shit. They are desperate to have somebody lead them. Somebody say, you know what? I just don't bend to your bullshit. And Donald Trump, I got to say, I don't agree with him on a lot, but I kind of get him. We kind of been doing the same thing.
The same politically incorrect stuff, right?
Right.
He's got an exquisite ear for what a lot of disgruntled Americans want to hear, too. For example, today in New Hampshire, his remarks about the Iraq War, his almost total condemnation of the Iraq War and George W. Bush's policy, my administration's policy. What other Republican has said that other than Rand Paul?
Yeah.
Well, let me just say, I do not think he's saying what people want to hear when he calls Mexicans rapists and murderers, as he's called.
No, but there are some.
There are some.
I think they do want to hear that.
And they're in my party.
Yes, they do. A lot of
a
lot of them do.
These people, the Oath Keepers, and Donald Trump, and all of them, they're racist, they're sexist, they're white men who feel like the country's being taken away from them. It's no coincidence that when Obama got into office, all this stuff changed over. And as I say, he's saying what Fox News has been saying, but he's not playing a political game.
And he's giving them cover to be able to do that.
Ultimately, what do we talk about in politics over the past 3 months? All day, every day is Donald Trump. Marco Rubio gives a policy speech, nobody pays attention to it. Rick Perry gives a speech on race, nobody pays attention to it. All we do is talk about Trump, so it shouldn't be surprising that 6 months out, the person that has 100% name ID, not only in Iowa, but every
it's not
state,
coincidence that people
is the one who's leading.
Okay, but it's not just coincidence. 24 million people watched the debate. I looked it up. Do you know what the first GOP debate in 2012 got?
How much?
3.2.
Wow.
Yeah. So no one was watching to hear Mike Huckabee's tax policy. Absolutely, we were going to watch the Donald Trump show. And you know what we saw actually from Fox is when you ask him specific questions on specific issues and don't let him just change the conversation however he wants, he starts to wilt a little bit.
This is a guy with 3 wives, latest one is a model, who has said that he doesn't look to God for forgiveness, that he doesn't really even bother God. He said that. Okay. Tell me why he's not finished in the state that everybody always said was run by evangelicals and you couldn't do anything.
Because we didn't actually cover that.
Because Americans know they're full of shit. They didn't. That's why. And when they are so full of shit.
Americans barely heard it because what we did hear was we heard about Lindsey Graham's cell phone. We heard about him name-calling John McCain. We heard name-calling.
They're so tired of politicians saying to them, if we only had a government as good as the people. They know they're not good. They know they're not bright, and they know they don't know anything.
I think what they want is they appreciate the pizzazz, right? They appreciate the show. But I think they're tired of the same old policies. Anti-immigrant, anti-woman, anti-climate science,
those are his policies.
That's what I'm saying. I think they're all the same. I think they're all the same. Don't let the pizzazz fool you, but at least it gives them something to look at. If you look at, he's a reality show guy, right? In a reality show, in Survivor, they keep the villain on as long as possible because he's so interesting. But in the end, though, the villain doesn't win.
We'll see.
In the end.
We'll see. I mean, but
what he's exposing, glaringly so, is the paucity of ideas and real issue discussion in my political party.
Oh.
Yeah.